The Sheikah have been a mysterious race that has served Hyrule since the dawn of its creation. The goddess Hylia had first tasked the Sheikah to watch over her mortal incarnation, Princess Zelda. They have then served the princess and the royal family of Hyrule since then, with very little of their tribe ever shown or told. They usually remain in secret, but throughout Breath of the Wild, the Sheikah played a huge part in Hyrule's history. And with all their technology shown and forgotten throughout Hyrule, it sure makes you wonder what happened to the Sheikah, as they have created tons of ancient artifacts, and finally now their descendants are trying to figure out what they all were. From the shrines, to the towers, to the guardians, to the divine beasts, the Sheikah have created a lot of tech throughout Hyrule that for some reason has been forgotten. So what was the reason to cause the Sheikah to abandon all their advanced technology that has helped Hyrule throughout time? Well, thanks to the Creating a Champion book, we are able to learn a bit more about this story. So this is a tale of how the Sheikah were divided and split into two. This is a story of the Yiga Clan. 10,000 years ago, Hyrule had reached an advanced level of civilization thanks to the Sheikah and their technology. Their technology was the key to help Hyrule overcome the evil of Ganon, and at that time, they managed to utilize their power of their tech to help seal Ganon, this bringing a time of peace to Hyrule until that day may arise again. But with how much power the Sheikah held, Hyrule's king worried about the Sheikah's tech and if they may betray the kingdom. So after utilizing their help with sealing Ganon at that time, they then issued to abolish their technology, while also oppressing the Sheikah from there on out. All Sheikah laboratories were closed, research furthermore was prohibited, and all data was destroyed. Any Sheikah who dared to oppose the king's orders were met with a punishment, including imprisonment. The suppression led to dramatic changes with the Sheikah tribe, and ultimately divided the tribe into two. One half chose to live peacefully, accepting the restrictions placed on them, out of respect of the long-lasting ties to the royal family. They built a hidden village, now known as Kakariko Village in Breath of the Wild, where they lived secret. And those are the ones who remained a part of the Sheikah tribe. The other half, though, chose violently to reject the king and form a group specialized in assassination, which actually can tie back to the Sheikah's original dark past, as they were known to assassinate enemies of Hyrule. So this time, with the Sheikah opposing Hyrule, they decided to hide in a remote area within the Gerudo province outside the kingdom's reach and form the Yiga Clan. Their new goal became to eliminate the enemies of Calamity Ganon, specifically the princess and its hero. So when thinking about it, because of Hyrule's king at that time, with him fearing the Sheikah and their advanced technology and how they could betray his kingdom at any time, he decided to shun off the Sheikah, thus creating the exact threat he feared of happening. Luckily, those who betrayed the Sheikah and joined the Yiga didn't have many resources with their advanced technology, ending up forming their own tribe as they created a hideout to remain hidden from Hyrule for thousands of years. They gave themselves the name the Yiga Clan around the first signs of Calamity Ganon's revival, with their crest being an inverted symbol of the Sheikah, and their leader being Master Koga. While they mainly want to stop those against Calamity Ganon, they also held an allegiance to their master, Koga. Their goal was to eliminate the chosen hero and Hyrule's princess to prevent them from sealing Ganon again. So to maximize their chances of finding them, they spread themselves throughout Hyrule and disguised themselves as travelers, hoping in order to trick and kill them if they ever happened to come across Link or Zelda. Though not content with that goal alone, they also managed to steal the Gerudo heirloom, the Thunder Helm, from Gerudo Town, this causing a disturbance with the Gerudo as they were located near them. Though those aren't the only things the Yiga meddled in. With them once being a part of the Sheikah, they had Yiga Clan spies spy in Kakariko Village. This was how they learned the whereabouts of the hero, with even one of their spies rejoining the Sheikah tribe after a horrible set of incidents with the Yiga Clan. That spy and his quest is actually in Breath of the Wild. The spy was known as Dorian. He was a part of the Yiga and was set to spy in Kakariko Village, but during his time, he fell in love with the Sheikah woman and started a family there. The Yiga Clan did not tolerate this, and they assassinated his wife. While this caused Dorian to betray the Yiga, he couldn't completely for the sake of his kids, as they even threatened to kill his kids if he didn't steal the Sheikah heirloom for them. But thanks to the hero of Hyrule, he's able to prevent that, while stopping the heirloom from being stolen and keeping Dorian's kids safe. And while Dorian was once a Yiga, with the Yiga being originally Sheikah, he was able to fit back into the tribe and become one of their own. Only the Sheikah who remain to oppose their original tribe are known as Yiga. And this explains a similar interest in the mighty bananas, as the Yiga clan's favorite food are the mighty bananas. And when compared to Maz Koshia, a Sheikah monk, she can't seem to help herself when it comes to mighty bananas. I guess it's something that will forever remain in their bloodline, a love for bananas? But obviously what separates the two are what they fight for. The Sheikah represents Hyrule with the color of blue, as their lives are devoted to help Hyrule and its destiny. As the Yiga represent Calamity Ganon with red, with their goal to watch Hyrule fall to Ganon. And their master, Master Koga, is said to be the Yiga clan's leader, as he's the one who has mastered the secret technique that gives him the same power to possess the ancient Sheikah energy sources. An ancient technique only passed down to the Sheikah in secret. So with him possessing that power and carrying it to the Yiga clan, it sure seems like they have a lot of benefits, right? Not exactly, as for some reason he doesn't know how to use it efficiently. Does he? I mean, he literally kills himself when using it. The Yiga are what's left of the Sheikah's evil. While the Sheikah were a tribe to watch over Hyrule, their loyalty has often brought bloodshed. They occasionally stain their hands in dark activities like assassinations and executions, this time with those who oppose a threat to Hyrule and its royal family. So what the Yiga has done isn't really that far following their dark history, outside of betraying a Hyrule, of course. Though my point is, while the Sheikah managed to create technology that surpassed anything Hyrule has seen before, they had to get rid of it, and ended up being forced to repeat history of old. As they say, it's possible that their history is a cycle of bloodshed. Whether it's on Hyrule's side or not, the Sheikah's dark past will always remain. This time, it's within the Yiga. They are what's left of a tribe that felt unappreciated during its time, being forced to scrap all their research and work for Hyrule's greater good, causing them to go rogue. Which is crazy to think about, as a tribe that is known to solely protect the royal family is now against the royal family. It makes you wonder, can anyone turn against them? So with the Yiga having created their own path, creating a darker timeline for the Sheikah, their goal is now to oppose everything their ancestors have done throughout Hyrule's history. I find this story very interesting. I really wish Nintendo explained more throughout the game. It's a real shame that their leader, Master Koga, pretty much killed himself, and every other Yiga clan member you find outside their hideout is pretty much a joke. Like I said before, they are nothing more but banana-hungry monkeys when looking at them. Like, instead of imagining Sheikah underneath their outfits, I can imagine a monkey. But in reality, they were once members of the Sheikah, who have gone rogue and now cause a threat to Hyrule. What was once Hyrule's most trusted tribe is now split into two factions. Though when thinking about it, are they only like this now because of Hyrule's lack of trust in them? Like, if Hyrule's king never stopped them, would the Yiga have ever been created? Would things for Hyrule have only gotten better over time? Or would have the Sheikah still ended up betraying Hyrule, but this time having access to all their tech, causing an even greater threat to Hyrule? It really makes you wonder if Hyrule's king was right with his choice, as some of them still ended up betraying the royal family, regardless of what happened. So personally, I can't blame the King of Hyrule, as this exact tale is a theory I made even before Breath of the Wild was released. Seeing how much involvement the Sheikah had in Breath of the Wild and how much they impacted Hyrule really made me question things, as they've always been known to be a tribe of secret. The Sheikah have gone above and beyond to protect Hyrule, to the point where they became the key factor in helping seal Ganon during the battle 10,000 years ago, before Breath of the Wild. So if they were left to be, how far would have things have advanced? Would have they been prepared for the arrival of Calamity Ganon 10,000 years after? Or would have the constant advance in technology end up becoming something worse for Hyrule? It really makes you wonder the impact of the Sheikah, and what they would have been if they weren't banished from their research back then. Regardless, it's all history now, and what's left of the Sheikah's old tech are relics that are still yet to be figured out again. And with the Yiga now opposing Hyrule, Hyrule has another enemy outside of Calamity Ganon and its evil, an enemy that once protected them. Overall, this tale is super interesting, and I love how there's a dark version of the Sheikah. I really love the Yiga in concept and their design, but I really hope Nintendo fleshes them out more in the next Zelda game. I would love to see more of the Yiga and Sheikah in the future, as they add so much lore to Hyrule itself. But let me know your thoughts on the Yiga and Sheikah and their past throughout Breath of the Wild. Anyways, that about does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the short origin story of the Yiga. While it is very short, it's weird how they didn't explain it within Breath of the Wild. It would have been really cool to get it within the game. But luckily we get bits and pieces of it, and we're able to obviously piece it together, as the Yiga clearly seem like the dark version of the Sheikah, with their symbol being upside down. Overall, I want to create a short video explaining their past with the help of the Creating a Champion book, and I hope you guys enjoyed it for what it was worth. And if you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, as it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again for watching. As always, I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll see you all in the next one.